Ball State Sports Links Driven is proudly presented by Stoops Automotive. Online at stoopsauto.com.
If you don't believe in yourself, you're done. If you don't believe in your teammates, you're done. If you don't believe in your coaches, you're done.
Being homeschooled, I would wake up in the morning, get ready for the day, and go sit at the kitchen table and do school.
This is Ball State Sports Links Driven, presented by Stoops Automotive. I'm your host, Connor Onion, and on tap for this episode, we'll hear from the softball team. We'll also recap men's volleyball's thrilling victory over Princeton that SportsLink was on site for, and also for men's volleyball as well, David Ryan Vandermeer and his story in his senior season, and also the first ever athlete award show here at Ball State, the Chirpies, as Allison Luthman and Connor Snare, the hosts of the Chirpies, will join us later on. But first, we got to talk about Ball State baseball. Camaraderie and leadership, it's essential to any team, but especially one that wants to win a Mid-American Conference title, especially one like Ball State baseball that has youth, 14 freshmen on the team. So, what does this team, Team 97, and Will Smith in the movie Pursuit of Happiness have in common? Well, we'll find out in this segment of Believe, produced by Caitlin Young and Mick Tidrow.
Besides preparing on the fundamentals, the strength of a team is found through brotherhood. This year we bonded in an entirely new way.
We actually had every boy before the season started had a chance to share something inspirational that would be motivational to their teammates. And they all had 7 minutes to do it. The most they could use as video was 2 minutes, and I think we only had, out of the 35 guys, maybe 3 people use any kind of video. So it's pretty much them public speaking, which was great. They did a fabulous job.
Well, I put some thought into it. I actually showed Will Smith's Pursuit of Happiness clip when him and his little kid are shooting baskets, and he told his little son that, you know, you probably shouldn't take up basketball because, you know, you're going to be as good as me. I wasn't very good, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, he's like, don't ever let someone tell you you can't do something, you know. Go after your dreams, do whatever it takes. And I think that clip, you can pretty much summarize our season with that. You know, nobody outside of Ball State is giving us a chance to do anything significant in the NCAA tournament. So, you know, it's our dream, and we should protect it, and we should go after it. And that's what I kind of touched on when I did my speech.
Growing up on the south side of Chicago, in the city, seeing things that you may not want to see and things like that. But I've just had a blessing of having great parents who've been able to raise me through sports and like that, as to where I didn't have to experience a lot of things. And just being able to go through that adversity and say, so what, keep going, so what, keep pushing through it. And I just related that back to the team, saying, man, we're gonna have times this season where we're gonna have some faults, we're gonna have some low lights of the season. But so what, we gotta keep pushing through it.
I talked about the mental game, and I think that's a big key, especially for pitchers. And I read a little piece from this book called Mind Gym about Alex Rodriguez and what he thought of the mental game.
You know, the whole idea is just it's about the team. It's about the team, and so what our goal is solidifying, hearing each other say that for each other, getting to know each other better. Some guys shared some very personal stories, and you know, but within our context of our locker room, our family, it was pretty special.
Leadership is not given, it is earned. We are blessed to have teammates and captains who set the tone for our team. This year's captains are Jared James, Ryan Spalding, and Scott Baker.
Just trying to get a group of people to pull together and pull for one another, I think I guess that's the challenge of coaching, and it's the great thing of coaching. Because when you see it happen, it's powerful.
First, it's just an honor to have my teammates feel that I'm somebody who can lead them. And also, it's a big weight upon my shoulder that I don't take for granted at all. Like I said, it's a blessing, but at the same time, it's something where I understand, all right, it's an obligation to help my teammates and help this team get to where we need to be.
Obviously, I was voted as a captain, which is a great honor. You know, being more vocal, I've always been a leader by example. Just that little stuff, just doing whatever it takes to win. Just continue to play good defense, be a leader on the infield.
My leadership style, I'm kind of like quiet. I'm not a big vocal guy, but I lead by example. So when I go out on the mound, I try to lead by example, show the younger guys, since we have really young pitching staff, I try to show them just like how to act out there. You don't want to show your emotions out there and you let the hitter see your emotions.
We definitely have 3 different personalities, which is a good thing, I think. You know, Jarrett is the more outgoing, vocal, you know, rah-rah guy. Baker's more of the quiet, lead by example, and I guess, you know, I'm kind of in the middle.
We do everything together. If we're going somewhere, we're going to invite people. We have like Player Fridays where we go out to the Mexican restaurant and eat. So just little stuff like that makes us a better team.
We all have this joint vision of, like we said, over and over, making it to Omaha, and that's what we're pushing to do. And that's just something that as leaders on the team with myself and Ryan and Scott, we just all hold each other accountable to, and just keep working, keep pushing guys day in and day out.
Most teams, if not all teams, would tell you they have a desire to win for their seniors and send them out with a championship ring. Well, for Ball State softball, their seniors look for their 4th ring. When you have that kind of success, you start throwing around the word dynasty. You think the New England Patriots of the 2000s, the Chicago Bulls of the 90s, and back to the 60s and 70s with UCLA and their men's basketball program led by John Wooden. In this segment, we talk about what a dynasty means to Tyra Perry and the Ball State softball program.
Dynasty is to send our seniors out with another ring because they have 3. They've had one each year, and we want to send them out with their senior year with a ring as well. We work really hard every single day to get better. We're about family, making sure that you're taking care of your teammate, that it's about the team and not yourself. So just about, you know, giving our best, leaving it all out on the field. Even if the results aren't what we want to make sure at the end of the day that we've given it all, played with guts, played with heart. We are not quite playing up to our level yet, so we're talking more about, you know, just trusting your training and, you know, playing for the person next to you.
A season ago, Tori Fox and Alex Seitz of SportsLink profiled the excellent run of last year's seniors. Now, if a MAC title comes to Muncie this year for the softball program, we could be writing a similar script for this year's seniors. SportsLink was on hand on March 18th as the men's volleyball team took on Princeton, and we got a good one. How about this? The match went to 5 sets, which featured 23 lead changes, 45 ties, including 15 of those ties in set 5 alone. We relived that broadcast here with men's volleyball live from SportsLink.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here in Worthen Arena in the volleyball capital of the world in Muncie, Indiana for tonight's men's volleyball broadcast between the number 14th ranked Ball State Cardinals and the Princeton Tigers on SportsLink TV. To serve for the Cardinals. Once again, Devin Stearns, and this one is dug out by David Ryan Vandermeer and somehow goes down the line. Garchette back to serve. Kennedy sets it over to the right side. The attack by Devin Stearns is blocked at the net by a combination of Scannell and Alex Pia. A bad pass from the Tigers on that serve, and now a scramble for the ball. They somehow get it over. Serene sends it home on the right side of the Tigers defense. And now Kendall Ratter with the right-handed swing down the line for the kill, and they take set number 2. Princeton does, as the swimming and diving team is supporting the Ball State Cardinals men's volleyball team, as Brendan Serene comes through the middle and gets the ferocious kill through the Princeton defense and ties this set number 3 up at 15. Scannell barely picks it up in the back row. Pia has to adjust, but he gets it to go through the Princeton defense, and the Ball State Cardinals take set number 3, 25-22 over the Princeton Tigers. Ball State now leads in the match 2-1. Now the attack on the left side by Kessel, a save from the back row from Wheeler, and a free ball over from Scannell.
It's a good job of getting that ball over.
Right back to Kessel, and Ball State saves it again. Another free ball, though. And now this one hit in the middle by Will Soroki, and it sails wide to the right, and the Ball State Cardinals pick up the point to close out set number 4. Picked up in the back row. Nimchevsky on the right side, hit the antenna on the right, and Princeton will take set number 4 in the nation. They got 6 votes to get in, so if you wanted to put a number on it, they'd probably be 17th in the nation at this point. And as we've said throughout the broadcast, the Ball State Cardinals sitting at number 14 in the nation. We're getting ready for first serve here in Worthen Arena, and leading off for the Princeton Tigers, controlled this set number 1 so far.
They're playing the way that they should be. They're playing clean offensively. They're handling the attack of Kessler. As I say that, he makes me eat my words right there. But they're playing their game, and they're not killing themselves with errors, unnecessary errors, and self-inflicted wounds.
As you said, Cody Kessel with a cross-court kill. And really, he's going to get his for the Princeton Tigers, it looks like tonight, and Ball State has had no answer as Junior Obo back to serve. Now block in the middle from the Brendan Serene attack. Have to be a free ball over from the Cardinals. Kessel goes through the middle of the Ball State defense from the left side of the attack. And Kessel.
Ball State's defense, it's no joke. Their defense is what carries them for the most part. Digs per set is first in the MIVA with 9.29. And blocks per set is second in the MIVA with 2.90. So their defense is definitely a strong point of this team.
And that's with the top teams almost in the nation in the conference as well. Loyola ranked number 2. An absolute thriller of a match that saw Ball State win in 5 sets, and it took extra points as well. They played a 15 in the 5th set. Ball State won 20-18. But now it's time for the real stars of the show. On April 13th, Ball State Sports Link will team up with the Ball State Student Athlete Advisory Committee to host the first ever athlete awards show called the Chirpies at Emmons Auditorium. And here we have 2 of the 3 hosts. We're missing Aaron Hepp of the football team, but we've got Connor Snare of the swimming team and Allie Luthman, Sports Link's own, here with us to talk about the awards show today. Guys, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me.
Doing great. We have a really big event coming up, and we're very excited to be here today to be able to talk to you about it.
Absolutely. And Connor, for you, you're part of the Ball State Student Athlete Advisory Committee. What exactly is the Ball State Student Athletic Advisory Committee?
Essentially, we're the liaison between like the athletics administration, the NCAA, and then like the student body as a whole. So we kind of have a voice with them, and we're able to kind of air out a little bit of any grievances we have or any issues we have, but we also serve to pass down rule changes and whatnot, plan events as well. So.
Well, when you guys meet up, you have a lot of like-minded people, a lot of leadership in that room between all sorts of different athletes. Where exactly did the idea come from to have the Chirpies and make it the first ever here in your senior year?
Yeah, I think the idea, it kind of sprung last year, and it was Jarrett, James, and a couple of others that really kind of planned it. But it was in concordance with our Student Athlete Advisory Banquet. And then this year is kind of it's the first year we took some tips from UK's like Wildcat Awards and kind of made it into its own event. And we're really excited about how it's going to turn out. We've been putting a lot of work into it. Well,
Allie, for you, you're representing Sports Link. You're up there with 2 athletes. How excited are you to represent Sports Link and also be able to share a bunch of different awards with Ball State Athletics?
Well, you know, very excited because in SportsLink we do spend all of our time telling these athletes stories, working with them and interviewing, and I think this is a great way we can give them that recognition they deserve. We get to be with them hosting, giving them their awards, you know, really making them feel like they worked for this. Now they can be in front of everybody and be recognized the way that they should.
Now I know you guys have rehearsals to come and all sorts of preparation to come for the Chirpies, but have you guys talked about an opening act? Is there going to be a monologue? Is it going to be like the Golden Globes where Tina Fey and Amy Poehler up there on stage, or is it going to be like the ESPYs when Seth Meyers sort of roasted every athlete imaginable? Have you guys had that conversation yet?
Well, as of now, we don't have any celebrities booked to be there with us, and we're planning on keeping it positive, so there might not be a roast, but we can't give away all of our secrets. We do have a few future meetings planned, and so hopefully we're going to come up with something pretty good for you guys.
I think we got something in the works. It'll be good, whatever it is. It'll be good.
You'll keep us on our toes. I guess that'll be a surprise for April 13th.
Absolutely.
But Connor, for you being an athlete yourself, what kind of feedback have you gotten from other Ball State athletes about the Chirpies?
We've gotten actually a lot of really positive feedback. There have been some instances where it's kind of surprising because for all the planning that we've done, we've had some athletes who are like, there's something going on the 13th. So we've been really working on trying to get the word out. So thank you guys for having us on. We really appreciate that. But a lot of the athletes have been really excited and have been, through the nomination process, have been very supportive and have been very, very excited about just getting ready and kind of getting out there. There have been questions about what we're going to wear and whatnot. But for the most part, I'd say that since we have less than a month, everybody's in a really excited mood.
I know us here at SportsLink, we're very excited to put it on as the production. I mean, it's just as exciting as producing. We saw a volleyball game before in the episode. It's just as exciting for us because we'll have the full truck out there. Connor Snare, Allie Luthman, they'll be hosting alongside Aaron Hepp on April the 13th, free to the public at Emmons Auditorium. Now, let's take a look at a Chirpies promo produced by Drew Adamson.
Hi guys, I'm Elaine.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Courtney. And we're from the women's swimming and diving team. We hope to see you at the Chirpies
on April 13th.
We want to take a second here and check out Chirp City, which is your digital destination for all things Ball State sports and Ball State SportsLink. This is going to be where you're going to go on this website to check out anything going on. We will have all of our live packs as long as our broadcast, where you can see everything made and even original content made by some of the SportsLink members. So here you see our home page. All of our feature stories and all of our main articles are going to be right here, where you can navigate through the home page and click on anything you'd like to select. Right here, you're going to see all of our latest news with Ball State sports. Here's an example where we had a speaker come in. You're going to know what's going on, what we've been up to, as long as full articles detailing that. Next, we're going to click over to What's Chirpin'. This is going to look into the athletes' lives on and off the field, let you know how they're doing. Here we have an example of Aaron Hepp talking about 10 things every Ball State sports fan should do before graduating. Bird's Eye View is going to give you a look at what's going on around the nation. Right now we're talking a lot about March Madness and the NCAA brackets. That's going to keep you updated around the country. And the Red Line. This is going to be our latest stories that are just posted. And finally, podcasts, where we're going to go to the radio, let you know what they're talking about there, and keep you informed on all things social media. Be sure to check out the chirpiesbsu.com, and you're going to be informed and keep going on.
Well, Allie, that's really, really cool. I really like the athlete blogs, too. We just heard from an athlete in Connor Snare, and also Aaron Hepp. He even gave us a bucket list of things we need to do in our Ball State career with Ball State athletics. I think I'm definitely going to try to get my hands on the Charlie Cardinal suit and see if I can attend the game.
I don't know if they'll let you have it, but you can try your
Well,
best.
that's what he said in his blog, too. So, that may be a deal breaker there. But we move on to men's volleyball. The guy that they call Doc, David Ryan Vandermeer, in his senior season for the Ball State Cardinals. To him, location is everything. It's imperative from digging the ball off the back line as the libero to supporting a teammate. Location, also equally important, off the court. As a family of 5 growing up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, that's where his work ethic was ingrained in him, and he learned that each day matters.
Carpe diem. Seize the day. Make your lives extraordinary. David Ryan Vandermeer's life has been anything but ordinary. Welcome to Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Being homeschooled, I would wake up in the morning, get ready for the day, and go sit at the kitchen table and do school.
This was David Ryan's chair, and this was my chair, and then the other kids sat around here. I don't know why, but I think I'm gonna homeschool. The one thing I knew that I did not want to become or go to college for was to be a teacher. So, yeah, I ended up teaching the 5 kids at home. I really can't tell you what exactly it was.
I just wasn't really sure if school was the right thing for me, but my mom, she really talked me into it and kind of pushed me in the direction of Ball State.
Our knowledge of David Ryan Vandermeer, or Doc as we all like to refer to him, started as he, at a very young age, began coming to the Ball State men's volleyball camps in the summertime.
David Ryan went to camps starting in 2004 when he was 12. So he went to camps every year that they had him, and these are all his awards.
There actually is no boys volleyball in the high school system in Michigan.
Well, volleyball had always been such a big part of our lives and part of our family's life, and we felt that it could be more than just, hey, we like volleyball.
Michelle and David seized the opportunity to open a facility, Carpe Diem Volleyball.
We came in with a volleyball under our hands, and we looked around and we decided to pepper in there a little bit and said, hey, this will work. So, you know. So this was our opening area of, it's kind of fun when we first started. When we first started, we were just in these 2 courts. None of the carpet was here. We asked people if they had any extra couches, and then we had 9 couches lined up here so people could sit in the couches and watch people play.
The Vandermeer children were expected to coach as well as travel to national and college events with their parents.
Shirts that say volunteer on were from us kids when we were shag balls for the players. Collared shirts are from my dad. Those are the shirts he wore when he ref. After each match, we'd go around and get the players to sign their names.
One from a long time ago down in Chicago, one of the first beach tournaments.
People travel from all over the Midwest to play in the only beach volleyball tournament in the region, hosted by the Vandermeers. But the beach means more to the Vandermeers than just volleyball.
My parents actually met on the beach. So my mother and father at the time, they were both looking for a co-ed partner.
And just as we were about to be done, I said, hey, I need a co-ed partner for the Sunday tournament. And he said, well, ask Michelle. So I looked over and, hey, Michelle, you want to play with me on Sunday?
Kind of gone to my sister, Dad, look at, he's so cute. And so when he yelled Michelle, I turned and went, it's him.
24 years after that day on the beach, their oldest son, David Ryan, will finish his indoor career on the court at Worthen Arena.
You know, Doc's jumping as high as he's ever jumped this year, and he's in great physical condition. He loves to go out and bang balls in warm-ups or bang balls in between games of our matches, and because he jumps so high, I'm just worried that he's going to come down on a ball or he's going to land wrong, you know, and there goes our back row specialist.
But teamwork did not end on the court. From an early age, David Ryan and his 4 siblings learned valuable life skills from working at the family bakery.
Come on in. It's the family bakery.
Yeah, show them around, Dave.
Yeah, we will. That's my dad. That's David Ryan's brother, Nathan, doing his afternoon job.
Hopefully we really impress accountability and responsibility on the kids.
We fight sometimes like normal families, but you know, we just love each other. We love being with each other.
Everything that's been given to us is a blessing from him.
How will you? Carpe diem.
Seize the day.
That wraps up this episode of Ball State Sports Links Driven. Don't forget to follow Ball State Sports Link on social media at BSU Sports Link on both Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook.com/Ball State Sports Link. A couple things to keep your eye out from Ball State Sports Link over the next month or so. Ball State Baseball's Believe Episode 2 is just around the corner, and also, of course, the Chirpies on April 13th. A special thanks to Allie Luthman and Connor Snare for joining me on set here today, two of the hosts for the Chirpies. For executive producer J.C. Obringer, I'm Connor Onion saying so long, and thanks for watching Ball State Sports Links Driven.